Hi everybody, my name is Yorgos. Today I'm not here with you because right now I'm in the plane, but I am virtually with you, also embodied meeting room, and I'm gonna tell you in 5 minutes what I did this year while sitting next to Andrea and Alex. As you can see, it's a little bit heavy. 14 FPS, not that good, but we can switch to a nice point cloud, which makes immediately everything much better.
I can just grab it and whoop, and scale it down, inspect it. This is a 3D capture of CAD format. Now we have the point cloud. Again, do the same. It's quite performative. So I can monitor it, I can make it as small as possible. I can even difference of this 3D from the previous ones and not into Gaussian splats. This one does not save information of reflections, for example, or information of a specific pixel from different angles. However, it's way more performative. 7 to FPS, yeah.
And now let's go to my main project, Vertex, that I already introduced it to you last year, and this time it has arrived to an end, to a completion, and we are in the experiment phase with participants. So you can see here the difference between the old and the early and the current renderings, where we used to have cylinders as audience, and now we have white lamps, like lights, billboards, and actual avatars in the close radius of the user. Same applies for the concept of the past, and better lights, and here we have the digital twin of Mel in the past, in the present and in the past, and yeah, here you see all the digital twins of the band members. Some of them have been done with upscaling from AI. Basically, I just screenshotted their image from the actual video and then I asked ChatGPT to upscale the portrait.
Haremos unos estiramientos con la parte superior de tu cuerpo. Primero, extiende tus brazos y gira la cabeza a la derecha y mueve la mano izquierda. Los brazos extendidos, mira arriba y abajo y descríbelo en detalle. Concéntrate en las... Ahora...
Jugando en tu playa y escondido tras las calles duerme mi primer amor. Si yo que no tengo el sabor amargo del llanto eterno.
Hola. Para empezar, haremos unos estiramientos con la parte superior de tu cuerpo. Y otra vez, arriba y abajo. Ya puedes relajar tus brazos. Sigue mirando hacia el espejo y salúdate con la mano derecha. Y luego con la izquierda. Superior de tu cuerpo.
So as far as I remember, this is part of the Presence project, which I'm about to enter officially from the beginning of the next year. This is a collaboration regarding the haptic gloves that we have, that Michael is using. They're called Sense gloves. And this is a setup with objects that you can interact with. And the idea is to interact with them, grab them without the haptic feeling, and then repeat it but with the haptic feeling. So in this case here, I have to grab them and I feel the motorics of the gloves activating and making it more hard for my fingers to. They basically are resistant to my fingers, or I could have some vibrations. Same with the waterfall here. This is something I developed and I'm very proud of. It's done with VFX Graph and has a very peculiar system of physics interaction. The idea is to, of course, first put your hands and, have a basic interaction with the waterfall. But the cool thing is that when you activate the haptic feature in the gloves, you start feeling here the dripple in little vibrations. And you can even target these vibrations to one finger or two fingers and so on.
Into making research about how VFX, how visual effects can enhance the presence of a person in the virtual world without necessarily having to use, hardware equipment, a lot of equipment. Because those gloves are cool, but they're already too much, like too heavy. And of course, in a commercial level or in an everyday use, nobody would use those gloves. So we need to find ways to kind of trick the brain. So this can be done with visual and acoustic feedback. I mean, now I don't have any sound, but already visually, I personally feel this dripple. Is it called like this? Dripple? Anyway.
Now, in a similar scenario, basically applied this feature of the waterfall, but in mixed reality. Also, instead of gloves, you can just use your hand. And it's a similar feeling, a similar feature maybe. So you can see, also if I go to the floor, I find it really cool how the particles just stay and collide with the surface and with my hand. It's quite accurate.
So if you're curious, you can try it in person when I'm back, or I can just send you the APK. But it's something that I like a lot. Yeah. So this kind of feature, this is just a showcase. So you can use a lot of particle systems, physics simulations in XR already. It's pretty optimized. It's made in VFX Graph and it runs pretty well for basically whatever I showed you. Everything that I showed you so far is in standalone. You don't need a computer for all of those. So I would say it's pretty optimized to apply them to our experiments.